Last year, I was sitting out at Red Rock playing a guitar. And I was playing along, and I had an energy drink. A Rockstar Fruit Punch. It's bright red. Oh, by the way, I got cut by my dentist. It was a student dentist, so I don't have cold sores. That's just a healing cut. Let's all give me vibrations of goodness. Okay. So anyway, I was out playing guitar, and I had this Rockstar Fruit Punch Rockstar, bright red. And it's a place that people build fires. You're not supposed to, but people do. It's an old campground. And what do I see but a little rat? Not like an ugly sewer rat, just like a cute furry little thing. You know, fuzzy thing. And he was being real friendly. And I was pretty sure that he had found some victuals from somebody the night before, had left some food scraps, and he was asking me for some food. And I wasn't going to give him any, you know. I mean, they're cute, but rats and people should just not mix in wild. So I was like, you get the food, get the food. But it was being cute. It was like they do this thing where this pack rat, they rub their scent on the ground like that. So we're hanging out, you know. And I was just being like silly trying to chase it off. But I was sitting there, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I should give this rat some of this Rockstar. It's probably never had anything like that before. It has taurine and sugar. I mean, super sugar. See, I should make a little capful of this thing. And I was just fantasizing that the rat would start a religion about it. Like this mythic drink, this soma. It's like zing, 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 zing. Anyway, so I'm playing guitar. I didn't give it any of the Rockstar. I'm just playing guitar, hanging out. I'm kind of chase it off a little bit, but it's not really going too far away. And then I look up, and what did I see? There was a snake coming right at me. And it was a gloss snake. I looked it up. It's this pink snake. And usually they're nocturnal, but I realized, oh, it's hunting the rat. I was like, oh, where's my buddy the rat? So at first I was trying to chase the thing off, but then mammals unite, you know. But when I jumped, the snake was coming right at me. It veered off this way. So, it's so interesting. And it was shortly thereafter, within a couple of weeks, I was out at another place in the desert, this canyon, and I come back to my car after hiking for a while, and there's a sleeping bird under my car. I see it. Oh, how cute, little sleeping bird. I walk up, and it wakes up and flies off. I'm like, oh, bummer. You know, I don't want to disturb things like that. But then I take another couple steps, and what happens is a snake darts out from under my car. I was, oh, that snake was hunting that bird. It was going to get it. You know, sleeping bird. And what I realized is that we affect the world just by being in it. You know? I mean, it's a thing to try and have a positive impact in the world or to step lightly and not influence things. But the fact is we influence the world just by being in it. And it's a good thing to be a positive influence. I got back onto tobacco this last year. It was so foolish. Anyway, it's the full moon. I'm done with it. But I have this e-liquid. I'm just going to take a puff. Like, and you can see how dark that is. I don't really puff it much. Seriously, that's been the same charge for like 5 months. Anyway, tobacco is such an addiction. The funny thing about it is it's this sort of this stress release thing. But the whole purpose, the whole reason a person has the stress is because of the addiction. It's like, it's 2 steps backwards. And it's such a subtle thing. The thing about addictions that I found is it's all about the moment. The decisions in a moment. You know, all you have to do to be a non-smoker is just not buy it. Not ask for it. That's all you have to do. But once a person makes a decision to not do it, then it's inviting this challenge from within. As long as you don't address it and just let it pass, and that's the big knowledge there, is that it will pass. And there will be challenges, and it's in those moments that's the big task. But that goes away. Like, I started smoking these cigar things around January, and for a few months I was doing it, and I was like, okay, I'm done, and I was done, and then somehow or another I had this special drink that you're supposed to blow tobacco onto. I was like, well, I'll just blow some tobacco on it, and then I just felt so bad. It just gave me a headache and stuff. But throughout that night, I just kind of smoked it, and I just felt bad from it. That's the funny thing about it, is that this past some months, because then I went back to it. You know, I was free from it for a couple months, and I was like, I remember looking around going, I don't even think about it now. How is it that I was so wrapped up with it? And I know I'll be back in that frame of mind where I won't even think about it, and I'll be so thankful that I'm a non-smoker. You know, there's all these reasons to be a non-smoker, but the seduction of that addiction is it's insidious. It's insidious. But anyway, so I got back on it, and then now this full moon, done. Thankfully, thankfully. But it's so tricky because I can't really go head to head with that addiction because it's so insidious. I just have to kind of not care, you know, not wrestle with the thoughts, not wrestle with it. But to be a non-smoker from us being a smoker, like when I was younger, like 20 years ago, I smoked for like 6 years, and then I was a non-smoker for like 20 years. And then like this last year, back in January, I had these kind of stale cigars. I wasn't going to sell them. I was like, ah, whatever, I'll just toy with them. Well, you know, don't dabble with tobacco. Don't dabble with addictive things if you don't want that habit, because I knew better. I knew better. And so now, I don't want to say I'm going to have to suffer through it, but like I thought the full moon was Thursday. Like today's Tuesday. It's the full moon. And somebody said, okay, we're having a party, the full moon, and then there's this men's group on Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. But I thought it was Wednesday and Thursday. And I was like, man, it's so full for being a full moon on Thursday. And in the back of my mind, I was done with tobacco yesterday, but in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, I still have till Thursday to cheat, because I'm going to be done on this full moon. And I looked at it, it's the full moon today. Oh. And so I had this kind of this weird like remorse, but you know, I know better, because like every time this last couple months I've smoked, or especially if I've been like, okay, I'm gonna be done, and then I smoke, I feel like good for like about 20 or 30 seconds from that first puff, and then I get like, I had gotten a headache, and I felt physically bad. And I would even objectively look at myself and say, okay, I felt good like 10 minutes ago, and I don't feel good now. You know, because tobacco really is a poison. And it really is a poison. So I would objectively observe I didn't feel good. But then it was this weird, like, chasing this sort of thing. My body would just go for it. And I'm like, ugh, so confusing. So I know better. I know objectively. But what's more than feeling bad physically is the sense of mastery that I would like to enjoy in my own self, my own body. And I know that I want to be a non-smoker. I know that I do. I just know I do. I want to live a long time. I want to be beautiful. I want to be included. I want to do yoga. You know, all this stuff. There's ample reasons why to be a non-smoker. So, like, if I went and smoked tobacco right now, I'd feel like 20 seconds of good, and then I'd feel physically bad, but I'd also feel like I let myself down, because now it's been like, what, like over 24 hours since I smoked tobacco, and well, that's a start. You know, that's a start. Granted, I did just take a puff of that e-liquid thing, but it's sort of just like a pacifier. Like when I became a non-smoker again, like in April or whatever it was, March, April, for a month there, I just for a couple days, like I took like today I took like three puffs from that thing, including the one I just did. Anyway, we influence the world by being in it. You can't avoid influencing the world. The moments of our life, the actual moments of being, those moments where we know we want something, but we might not feel like it, but we know objectively, taking a step back, what we would want ourselves to do in that circumstance. Stepping up and doing the thing we want ourselves to do. It's really the battle of this life. Somehow. I should tell you about the story of going to the mountain yesterday. Holy moly. Anyway, thank you.